Now, cases of hand, foot and mouth disease over the past weeks are up in Singapore. Now, they hit a high of 50 a day last month, which is nearly 3/5 more than the same period last year. Some preschools, as well as children play attractions, are stepping up measures because the virus, well, it typically infects children. And as Sherlyn Seah finds out, the hot and rainy weather could be behind the surge.
No letting up on the cleanup, especially when children are out and about. Indoor playground ULAND spraying and wiping down more frequently now. Temperature checks have also made a comeback 2 weeks ago, not just for COVID-19, but also because hand, foot and mouth disease cases are on the rise.
We also conduct regular staff training to tell them about HFMD, what the syndrome is going to be like, so they can identify the kids with infected of HFMD very easily. We also have this phone dedicated for the feedbacks of the parents, so any message they send to us or they call us, we will review it and act accordingly.
So far, it's been notified of one HFMD case this year. But with more than 200 visitors daily during peak periods, it's not leaving anything to chance. Areas are closed off each week for deeper cleaning. Now, hand-foot-mouth disease spreads when someone comes into contact with either the saliva, nasal discharge, blister fluid or even feces of an infected person. And it can also spread via surfaces or objects that have such particles. And for example, in the case of an indoor playground like this, let's give the case scenario where a child infected with the disease comes into contact with the items here. For example, some of these balls which other children may then touch and then proceed to touch their own faces. And it's very likely in this example that a kid gets infected as well. Cases in Singapore have hit a high this year in the week of 19 to 25 May, with an average of 50 cases a day, a situation that preschool chain Eaton House is monitoring closely. Apart from regular health checks on its 9,000 students and daily sanitizing, it's made sure staff know what to do if a case arises.
Within 24 hours, we inform all parents of the school about the case in the class. The class is then segregated from the rest of the school. Every week, we then kick in coat fogging measures to make sure that the clue is fumigated. And this child is only returned back to school when there is a letter from the doctor saying that the child is clear of hand-foot-mouth disease. And the class will then reintegrate with the rest of the school when that letter is given.
One family physician says he's already seeing a 10% bump in cases over the past month.
This coincides very well with two things. One is the June holidays, of course, and the other is the summer period. Okay, and on top of that, we also have the monsoon as well. So there's been a bit more rain in and out of the hot weather. So the hand-foot-mouth disease actually is known to increase when there are changes in the temperature as well as in the humidity.
He says good hygiene is key, for example, regular hand washing. Symptoms are typically mild and should go away in about a week. Dr. Muhaimin adds that parents should keep an eye on their kids in case complications develop.